what happens when grief meets music, and healing becomes a performance. Welcome back to Fame Finder, where emotion meets reality and Hollywood's most human stories come to life. If you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe, because today's story will remind you how love, loss, and redemption can collide in ways no one expects. On the latest episode of The Kelly Clarkson Show, something deeply spiritual unfolded. It wasn't just an interview. It was a moment of healing, live on television. Kelly Clarkson sat down with the legendary Lionel Richie to discuss his memoir, Truly, but what began as a casual conversation about grief turned into something unforgettable. Clarkson, still navigating the pain of losing her ex-husband Brandon Blackstock, opened up with rare honesty. "I do think a lot of people deal with grief differently," she said softly, quoting Richie's words from his book. "Grief is the great teacher of what matters most." Her voice cracked slightly. The audience could feel her truth, raw, unpolished, real. Lionel Richie, who has known loss and love in equal measure, nodded and replied, "You can't rehearse grief. You can't rehearse losing your mother, your father, a friend. You can't rehearse that." Kelly looked down, whispering, "It hits you in waves." And that's when Richie said something that stopped the room cold. "When you reach uncontrollable grief," he said, "that's when you let go, because if it hurts that deeply, it means you love that deeply." Then, in one of the most unexpected moments of daytime TV, Lionel Richie stood up, walked over to Kelly Clarkson, placed his hand on her forehead, and said, "I can save you." The crowd gasped. Kelly laughed through tears and said, "I feel healed." It was a mix of music, faith, and human connection, a symbolic grief exorcism that left everyone watching in awe. But behind Kelly's laughter lies a journey that's been anything but easy. Her ex-husband, Brandon Blackstock, died this August at just 48 years old after a private 3-year battle with melanoma. They shared 2 children, River and Remington, and despite their difficult divorce in 2022, Kelly put everything on hold to care for him in his final days. Friends say she was devastated for her kids, but still tried to keep things classy, protecting them from the heartbreak she was silently enduring. In recent months, fans noticed Kelly wearing a special piece of jewelry, a $22,000 star tarot pendant that symbolizes hope, healing, and renewal. It's said to represent light emerging from darkness, a reminder to let go of what no longer serves you and embrace a new chapter. And maybe that's exactly what we witnessed on her show, a star letting go, ready to shine again. Lionel's words, Kelly's tears, and that brief, beautiful moment reminded us all that even the brightest stars sometimes need saving too.